So we're going to take a few moments to look at Google Classroom in the iOS app version. I don't have an Android device, but it's going to be a very similar experience. So I'm going to go ahead and open Google Classroom. You'll notice at the bottom, if you're signed in, it will sign you into your Henderson County account, and you can scroll through your classrooms that you're teaching and that you're in. And it has those same little banners across the top so you can quickly find them. Additionally, there's the hamburger menu where you can access your calendar, your classes. You'll notice there is no to-do menu in the teaching portion, but there is a to-do menu in the classes that you're enrolled in. So I'm going to go ahead and open up one of the classes to show you there are still tabs that you can access in the app. Currently in this version of the app there are 3 tabs. You'll notice there's the stream across the bottom, there's the classwork tab, and there's the people tab. There's not a gradebook tab at this point, but you can see those 3 options. So on the stream you'll see my announcements. There's my different sections. You'll notice if you're using those topics, it's going to really organize your app version as well. And you as the teacher could be using this app as well as your students. You'll notice in the bottom right hand corner a plus sign where you can create an assignment, question, material, reuse a post, or create a topic. What you don't see is the ability to create an assignment with a quiz that's automatically attached. That doesn't mean you can't create an assignment and attach a Google form. It just means that the quiz assignment is not immediately available. So I'm going to go ahead and create a sample assignment. You'll notice that it has the ability for you to go ahead and send it to multiple classes if you'd like, as well as differentiate by choosing specific students. So those options are there. You can give it a title. I'm just going to go ahead and type title in the interest of time. You can put instructions, give it a category, points, a due date, and assign it a topic. At the very top, you'll notice there's a paperclip where you can attach some things to your assignment. You can attach something from Drive. You can attach a link. That could be a YouTube video or other resource. You can also use your camera. So if you wanted to post videos or pictures to your classroom, you could go ahead and do that from there. As well as files. So if you have a locally stored file on your mobile device, you can access it there, as well as pick an image from your photo roll. On the top you'll see the send button, which is very similar to the icons for send an email. That would immediately post this onto my classroom. However, if I access the 3-dot menu, that's where I can schedule my post, save changes, or discard. Now, if I forget that that's where the save draft option is, if I go to close it, you'll notice it gives me the option there to save. You'll just have to remember that if you want to schedule, go to the 3-dot menu and choose schedule. So that's how you go about posting an assignment in your Google Classroom app. Also at the very top, you'll notice if I'm using Google Meet, I can actually join my Google Meet directly from Google Classroom. So that's a really cool feature as well. So your Google Meet is there. Also, you'll see that at the top right, that's where you're going to get your filters by topic. You're used to seeing it on the left side in the normal version of Classroom, the desktop version, but this is how you're able to narrow down the focus and choose by topic, is by using that little filter icon. On your People tab, you do still have the ability to add teachers and add students by adding them manually. Also at the top, you'll notice the little squares icon. If you click on that, that's your student selector. And you can start selecting from a student from in your class. So if you click Start, it's going to randomly call on a student, which is really cool. So if you have a bunch of students You can say this particular person is absent, and then it'll go to the next one. So it's kind of a fun randomizer for picking on students. So you could actually keep this in your hand and do a random select, so that you could call on students when you're asking them questions. So that's a cool little feature that's only in the application. So again, to get out of the classroom, you can go back to your classes menu and you can navigate from there. Also, you can create a class in the app by using the plus sign in the bottom right hand corner, and you can join a class as well. So there are lots of things that you can do on the mobile app, and I encourage you to use this application to make it more efficient for you to stay in touch with your students, as well as encourage your students who have smartphones or iPads or other devices where they could use the app. It's just another way to be able to access their materials on a different kind of device and stay in touch with you. So hopefully this has been super helpful for you.